Have you ever found yourself in a situation where, no matter how smart you are, you just can't seem to get through to someone? Maybe it's a disagreement with a colleague or a heated moment in a relationship. In these instances, it becomes clear that knowledge alone isn't enough. This is where emotional intelligence, the ability to navigate emotions, both yours and others, takes center stage. Emotional intelligence, EI, is more than understanding feelings. It's about managing and using emotions effectively in real-life situations. Whether you're leading a team, resolving conflict with a loved one, or staying motivated in tough times, EI enables you to make better decisions, build stronger relationships, and thrive under pressure. As Daniel Goleman put it, in a very real sense, we have two minds, one that thinks and one that feels. But how do you align them in everyday scenarios? In this video, we'll uncover the practical side of emotional intelligence, exploring how its 5 core elements can enhance your daily life. Emotional intelligence in personal development. Emotional intelligence is a powerful tool in personal development, particularly in enhancing self-awareness. But how can this be applied practically? Self-awareness means understanding not just your emotional triggers, but also how they influence your decisions and actions. For instance, have you ever made a rash decision when overwhelmed by stress, only to regret it later? By recognizing when emotions start to cloud your judgment, you can take steps to manage them before they dictate your behavior. To cultivate this, one highly effective approach is mindful journaling. Each day, set aside time to reflect on your emotions, what triggered them, how they affected your actions, and what you can learn from them. This habit helps you spot recurring emotional patterns that may be holding you back. For example, if you notice frequent frustration during team meetings, ask yourself, is it the topic, the people, or perhaps a lack of preparation that triggers this? Journaling offers clarity and insight, helping you take control of your emotional responses. In addition to self-reflection, actively seek feedback from those around you. They can provide an external perspective on how your emotions and actions are perceived, revealing blind spots that you may not be aware of. For instance, asking colleagues or close friends for constructive criticism can offer valuable insights into areas where emotional intelligence could improve your interactions. This kind of feedback helps you view your behaviors through a different lens, making you more aware of how your emotions affect others. As Socrates often said, the unexamined life is not worth living. Developing self-awareness isn't about perfection, it's about growth. Over time, you'll start recognizing patterns in your behavior and be better equipped to make decisions that align with your values and goals. And emotional intelligence in relationships. Relationships thrive on emotional intelligence. Whether it's a friendship, family dynamic, or romantic partnership, EI allows us to foster deep, meaningful connections through empathy, communication, and emotional management. But how can you practically apply these concepts to your relationships? One technique is active listening. In a world filled with distractions, genuine listening is rare but invaluable. The next time your partner or friend opens up about an issue, resist the urge to immediately offer solutions or get defensive. Instead, listen intently and reflect back what they're saying. A simple phrase like, "It sounds like you're feeling really frustrated about this," shows that you're truly paying attention, validating their feelings. When people feel heard, it strengthens trust and emotional bonds, allowing for deeper connections. Another practical step is mastering the pause and reflect strategy. When you feel yourself getting heated during a disagreement, pause for a few seconds to gather your thoughts before responding. This prevents knee-jerk reactions that can escalate the situation. For instance, if a conversation with your partner starts becoming tense, take a deep breath and calmly say, "Let's take a moment to think about what we both want out of this conversation." This gives both of you space to approach the discussion more thoughtfully, reducing the chances of hurt feelings or miscommunication. Taking this pause not only helps in managing conflict, but also leads to healthier communication habits. Empathy is equally crucial. Put yourself in the other person's shoes by asking yourself, how would I feel if I were in their position? This simple shift in perspective often diffuses tension and promotes understanding. Relationships built on empathy lead to lasting, Meaningful connections because both parties feel valued and respected. Mohsin Hamid famously said, empathy is about finding echoes of another person in yourself, navigating the workplace with emotional intelligence. The workplace is a perfect environment to test and grow your emotional intelligence. EI isn't just a buzzword here. It can determine how you handle stress, build relationships, and even progress in your career. How can you make this practical? One of the most useful skills is self-regulation. Picture this: you're in a meeting and someone criticizes your work. Instead of reacting defensively, pause and ask yourself, what's the most productive way to handle this? By focusing on the message rather than taking it personally, you demonstrate maturity and composure. This ability to stay calm under pressure is a hallmark of successful leadership. Leaders who regulate their emotions often create a more stable work environment where teams feel confident and supported, even in high-stress situations. You can also use EI to navigate team dynamics. The key part of this is on emotional contagion. Emotions are contagious, and how you manage yours impacts your team. If you maintain a positive and composed attitude, especially during high-pressure moments, you set the emotional tone for the entire team. Imagine leading a team on a tight deadline. Instead of letting stress show through short tempers or impatience, communicate calmly and acknowledge the effort everyone is putting in. This small gesture boosts morale and keeps everyone focused. When you control your emotions, you not only help yourself but also guide your team towards success. John Hancock said, "The greatest ability in business is to get along with others and to influence their actions." Lastly, learn to embrace constructive feedback. Instead of viewing feedback as criticism, approach it as an opportunity for growth. When your manager provides feedback, whether it's positive or negative, thank them and reflect on how you can improve. This mindset not only enhances your performance but also shows that you are open to personal development. Those who embrace feedback as a learning opportunity are often the ones who experience the most growth in their careers. Emotional intelligence in parenting. Parenting is one of the most emotionally challenging roles. Emotional intelligence can make a significant difference. It's about modeling the emotional behaviors you want your children to learn. How can you apply this practically? Start with emotion coaching. Your child is upset. Instead of dismissing their feelings, label their emotions and guide them through the experience. Example, they're frustrated about not being allowed extra screen time. Acknowledge their emotions by saying, "Understand you're upset because you wanted to play longer. It's time for bed." This validates their feelings while reinforcing the boundary. Children need to feel understood, and this technique helps them learn to manage their own emotions as they grow. Another key practice is emotional regulation. Children learn emotional regulation by watching how their parents manage stress and frustration. If you remain calm and composed during stressful situations, children are more likely to emulate that behavior. Example, if you're juggling multiple responsibilities, feel overwhelmed rather than snapping at your child. Express your feelings calmly. I'm feeling a bit stressed right now. Can we talk about this later? This not only models healthy emotional management, it also teaches children that it's okay to feel and express emotions appropriately. Maggie O'Mara nicely said it, the way we talk to our children becomes their inner voice. Furthermore, help your child develop empathy, encouraging them to consider others' feelings. If they act out or hurt someone's feelings, ask them, "How do you think your friend felt when that happened?" This fosters emotional awareness and teaches them to consider others' emotions. By practicing these techniques, not only building their emotional intelligence but also nurturing a compassionate, emotionally resilient child. Emotional intelligence in conflict resolution. Emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in conflict resolution by equipping individuals with the skills needed to manage both their own emotions and those of others effectively. Components of EI such as self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and effective communication are essential in navigating conflicts constructively. Self-awareness allows individuals to recognize their emotions and understand how these emotions impact their thoughts and behaviors during conflicts. This awareness helps prevent emotional reactions from escalating disputes and enables more thoughtful responses. Self-regulation involves managing one's emotions in a healthy and constructive manner, which is vital during tense situations. By maintaining composure, individuals can focus on resolving the conflict rather than reacting impulsively. Empathy allows for understanding and sharing the feelings of others, facilitating effective communication and problem solving by appreciating different perspectives. To effectively resolve conflicts using emotional intelligence, you can follow the Esther-Belli model. First, stay calm by taking a deep breath before responding to prevent your emotions from escalating the situation. Next, take time to listen without interrupting, allowing the other person to express their concerns fully. This demonstrates respect and opens the door for understanding. Then, ask for the other person's viewpoint to show that you value their perspective and are open to finding common ground. Being aware of emotions is crucial, so be aware of emotions, both your own and theirs. Recognizing these feelings helps in addressing the root cause of the conflict rather than just the symptoms. After understanding each other's viewpoints, look for a compromise that honors both perspectives, ensuring that both parties feel heard and respected. Finally, evaluate the solution together to ensure it meets both parties' needs and is sustainable moving forward. By applying this model, conflicts can become opportunities for growth and collaboration, strengthening relationships through mutual respect and understanding. Ronald Reagan once said, "Peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to handle conflict by peaceful means." Effective communication, enhanced by EI, involves conveying thoughts clearly and listening actively to others. This reduces misunderstandings and builds trust, which is critical for resolving conflicts and achieving mutually beneficial outcomes. For example, in a workplace disagreement over a project's direction, an emotionally intelligent approach would involve active listening to acknowledge a colleague's viewpoint, followed by calmly presenting one's perspective. This method fosters collaboration and strengthens working relationships. Emotionally intelligent conflict resolution is not about avoiding disagreements, but embracing them as opportunities for growth and collaboration. By applying EI skills such as empathy and active listening, individuals can transform potentially destructive situations into opportunities for understanding and cooperation. Over time, this approach builds relationships founded on trust and respect, reducing the likelihood of future conflicts and enhancing personal and professional interactions. Historical figures like Abraham Lincoln and Nelson Mandela exemplify the use of emotional intelligence in conflict resolution. Lincoln famously said, "Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends?" demonstrating how he used empathy and humility to diffuse tensions. Similarly, Mandela chose reconciliation over revenge after decades of imprisonment, using empathy to unite a divided nation. These examples illustrate that even profound conflicts can be resolved through understanding and forgiveness. In summary, emotionally intelligent conflict resolution is about managing emotions thoughtfully to foster collaboration and growth. Whether in the workplace or personal life, applying EI helps build stronger relationships that are more resilient to challenges. Emotional intelligence isn't just an added advantage, it's a fundamental necessity for navigating the complexities of modern life. Whether in personal or professional settings, our ability to recognize, understand, and manage emotions plays a pivotal role in shaping our experiences and interactions. Mastering emotional intelligence unlocks opportunities for personal growth, emotional well-being, and deeper connections. Charles Darwin said, "It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change." So, as you continue on your path of developing emotional intelligence, remember, it's not just about understanding your emotions, it's about using that awareness to create a richer, more intentional life. The more you integrate emotional intelligence into your everyday interactions, the greater the positive change you can bring to yourself and those around you.